Winston Churchill was Prime Minister from 1940 to 1945. During this time, World War II was happening. Even though he didn't go into the battlefield, he is still known as a war hero. His famous speeches and his will to keep fighting inspired others to do the same. He was well known throughout the war. Even though he never met with Hitler, he knew his intentions and warned others about it, but no one believed him. People believe if they would have met in some battles, they would have turned for the best. On September 3, 1939, Churchill was appointed First Lord of the Admiralty and a cabinet member. He eventually became chairman in April 1940. King George VI made Churchill Minister of Defense in 1940. On June 18, 1940, Churchill made one of his famous speeches warning the people of Britain that a war was coming. He called this the Battle of Britain. The U.S. recognizes him for the alliance of the Soviet Union and them. He became friends with President Roosevelt, and just like that, the U.S. and Britain were exchanging war goods. President Roosevelt even wrote a letter to Churchill and congratulating him on his success in the war. At one point, Hitler and Churchill were going at it. They were ordering bombing at each other. Neither one refused to give up. This once again shows his will to keep fighting in the worst conditions possible. Some may call this stubborn. Others believed he was meant for war and the politics it involved. He once said, "I have nothing to give but blood, toil, sweat, and tears." This was his first speech as Prime Minister. Even though his fame didn't carry him after the war, he is still recognized today as a big involvement in World War II.